Hey guys, I wanted to share something with you that came to me this morning while I was thinking about the passage I read to you from the book Illusions by Richard Bach over this last weekend. And that passage was long and it had a lot of beautiful parable goodness that you could apply to your life in many different ways. But the one aspect that I was thinking of this morning was when the Messiah, the Master, asked the crowds, if God came to you directly and commanded you to do something, would you do it? And the throng said, yes, I would suffer any degree of torture or commitment. I would do anything if God asked me directly to do so. And he said, well, what if God asked you to live and be happy for as long as you live? And so I was thinking about that. And I realized that oftentimes we think when God or our highest self wants something of us, we automatically assume that it's going to be a form of suffering. But in order to reach these higher states of awareness and consciousness and union with our highest self, in fact, the very thing that we must sacrifice is our own pain and our own suffering. I think, well, that's not a sacrifice to give up our own pain and suffering. But really, we don't realize how attached we are to identifying with our own insecurities, our own self-doubt, our fears, our confusion, our misbeliefs, our stories, all these things that do create our own pain and unhappiness. We have to sacrifice that. We have to sacrifice our attachment to our beliefs in this small self. And that's it. So I wanted to share that. Life is not for suffering, though belief in yourself as your mind and your body and your story will only create suffering. So generally, our entire life is a form of suffering. But that's not what life was for. Our life is meant for ultimate freedom and fulfillment. And what has to be sacrificed in order to do that is our attachment to pain and sorrow and suffering, and our assumption that in order to achieve that, it comes in the form of suffering. So, Jai Ma.